My name is Joe Cohen. I'm the current National President of American Ort. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate British Ort on this big gala event, and I hope you're able to raise a lot of money. I was born in Cairo, Egypt. I had to leave Egypt because of the Suez Canal campaign. I ended up in Paris, France. Of course, it was very difficult because in Egypt we were living in luxury. My family had a lot of wealth. So all of a sudden, from one day to the next, I was with my brother, 20 years old, in Paris, not knowing anybody. The only advantage I had is I spoke French. I was raised speaking French, and I went to French school, so that the language was not a problem. But everything else was. I lived in a hotel room for the first 6-7 months. And I was raised kosher, so I could not eat out. So my brother and I used to go out in a kosher grocery, and we bought these cans like the military. We opened the can of food with either meat or potatoes, and we used to heat up the cans with a candle underneath in the hotel room because we were not allowed to cook in the hotel room. I went to services on Friday night, and I met an attorney there, and he said, "Do you have education?" I said, "Yes, I have an accounting degree, but I couldn't find a job." And I explained to him. He told me, "Well, we have too many accountants, too many attorneys, too many doctors in France. What we need is people like electricians, TV repairmen." And he said, "This, you can find a job the next day if you apply for a job." So I told him, "I don't know where to get the training for it." He said, "Have you thought of ORT, O-R-T?" And of course, I never heard of ORT, didn't know anything about ORT. So I decided to take a chance, and I ended up in one of the ORT schools. They said, "How about plumbing and heating?" I said, "Plumbing," to me, was very degrading, of course. But they said, "Plumbers in France make more money than doctors, and you have to make an appointment. It's easy to pick up a phone and call a doctor. The doctor will come to your home. But a plumber, you have to beg him, and you have to wait sometimes 2-3 weeks before you get a plumber." I said, "Okay, I will try that." And that's how I ended up being a plumber. ORT opened up a whole new horizon for us, which is basically they provided us 2 meals a day because we had lunch there, kosher meat, delicious lunch. And the ladies running the kitchen noticed my brother and I, 2 young men, 20 and 18, and they felt sorry for us. And right after lunch, they came and talked to us, and they found out that we were refugees from Egypt living in a hotel, didn't have any place to cook, and they used to give us doggy bags every day. The next day, I had a job. It was already lined up for me. About 3 months later, I get a call from the president's office who was looking for a plumber, someone to fix a radiator that was leaking. So I knock on the door. I hear, "Come in," and I walk in. Impressive office. This guy sitting at a desk, and he waves at me, tell me he was on the phone, talking to someone on the phone. I open my toolbox, and I'm working to fix his radiator that was leaking. And as he was talking to whoever he was talking to, he switched from French to Arabic, Egyptian Arabic. Yet that's the Egyptian dialect. I said, "Oh my God, this guy is from Egypt. This is going to be terrific. When he finishes, I'm going to tell him I'm from Egypt. I'm going to get promoted. It's going to be fantastic. This is it. This is my break in life." I was so excited. And as I'm listening what he's talking about, he starts telling the guy on the phone that he had lunch with his secretary, and in very descriptive way, he said he also had her for dessert at the end. And he was explaining how the dessert was with crème chantilly, with cognac, and I'm saying, "Oh my God, there is no way in the world I can tell him I'm from Egypt because I will get fired." Now I know the whole story. This guy is married. Oh my God, forget it. And I was beginning to shake. I said, oh, this is a big problem. And as he was talking to his friend, explaining all this, probably his friend told him to be careful. He's hearing noise in the background. Is anybody in the room? Because what he said to the phone, don't worry about the noise. I have this idiot fixing my plumbing. And so when he said idiot in Arabic, I automatically, as a young man, reacted to this. I said, I am not an idiot in Arabic. And he said, oh, my God. And I'm going to have to call you back. And he hung up. The bottom line is the end of the story. Basically, I did get promoted from the plumbing parts department into the accounting department. And I think he did it because he was worried to death. A week later, he came and he told me, Mr. Cohen, you are now in the accounting department. I said, yes, sir. He said, do you know what it means? I said, yeah, that means I'm going to do a good job for you. He said, no. It means whatever you hear or see here, you keep it to yourself. I said, yes, sir. I'm grateful for Ort. They got me in transition from a plumber to accountant. I always think that really there isn't much change. When I was a plumber, I was plugging leaks, and now then I'm an accountant, I'm plugging leaks also. I've been connected with Ort, the fundraising organization, as opposed to the school, for over 20 years now. And I love it. It's a great organization. I went to a fundraising event once for Ort, and during the question and answer session, someone got up and asked me, why Ort? For me, the organization or the charity of choice is Ort for one reason. While other organizations help people, Ort helps people help themselves. Instead of having a person coming to a soup kitchen every day, basically getting humiliated because they are asking for help, or tell them how to cook the soup so that they can make their own soup and live on their own. Basically, the motto that I heard all the time about Ort, give a man a fish and you feed him for one day, train him how to fish and you feed him for life. And that's what we do. And I'm a living example of this.